Ready to start our day 19 30-day challenge for daily free motion quilting sketches. So Sketchtember, as I like to celebrate, is all about refreshing your ideas for free motion quilting and combining those ideas with different shapes and different blocks. So hello to all my replay viewers. Thanks so much for being here. Drop me a comment and I will get back in touch with you the next time I jump on live. It looks like this time frame is going to be about the best for this week. Weekdays are always different than the weekends, right? As we find time to get these little moments of play into our day. And that's what quilting should be. It should be a fun and enjoyable time. You know, we all have those little frustrations when we need to rip something out, but this will work. So let me grab my whiteboard that I use for my sketches. If you have a sketchbook, even, you know, the back of a napkin sometimes can get us going for our sketches. I was talking to someone that they were saying that the margins of all their notebooks are full of feathers and different filler designs, just, you know, meandering to fill in all the spaces. So today, let me adjust the camera for just a second. There we go. That'll give us a better view here of the whiteboard. I'm going to be doing some spiral designs. And last week, I think we did just a basic spiral, maybe not. But we all know spirals circle in and circle back out. And you can make your spirals as big or as small as you want. But today, I want to do a variation I call the Polygon spiral. So if we are working in a single block, I am going to just mirror those edges of the square. So my shape will have 4 sides as I move around, but I'm going to start in the corner, but I'm not going to run parallel. I'm going to go off at an angle and hit about 1/2 inch away from that corner point. So that's my first side. And then same thing, I'm just going to go about 1/2 inch away from all the corners, 4 sides around each time. So there's side 2, side 3, side 4. And we've just tilted our square and just continue circling that around. Hit about 1/2 inch away. Remember that we're drawing a 4-sided shape. And then whenever you hit the center, you are done. And you've got that nice, you know, really cool looking fan spiraling around to the center of your square. And like I said, this shape can be adapted to any configuration. If we have a equilateral or isosceles triangle there, this time we're doing 3 sides. So we just need to do 3 sides there. And we've got a similar looking spiral. If you've got your right triangle in a 1/2 square triangle block, you can do the same thing. Just decide where you're going to start, which corner, and just spiral it around. And that's what that looks like. So you can use a ruler to get those nice straight lines and connect your lines. But a lot of times I like to just do wavy lines. And I always put some purposeful wobble into my lines as I start, because that gives me the freedom then to make mistakes later on, honestly. So let's see what that would look like with a little more wobbly, wavy line. So we could do some gentle curves there. And again, we're going on 4 sides. right like that. And that would be a cool freehand, free motion design. Now, one thing I do want to mention is when you finish because I worked from the outside, I'm going to end up at the center. And if I want to keep that thread path going without breaking my thread, I'm just going to pick the shortest distance back to my seam line, and I'll just echo stitch over some of those segments to get back out to the stitch line to perhaps go to my next square and repeat my design. And same thing, just travel along those previous stitch lines and get out to wherever you need to go. So that is the Polygon spiral. Now, I have also done a spiral design where I don't connect those corners. So I just use that wavy kind of worm line, and I'm going to meander around and stay about 1/4 of an inch, but then I'm going to backtrack on that third side. And so this isn't your typical spiral shape, but it does kind of give you that same feel. And then I just kind of work my way back out. So kind of a maze there instead of a spiral. But I just backtrack and keep doing, clockwise and counterclockwise. And this also looks really cool in different shapes. So if I were working on the triangle, I'm going to follow the 3 sides, and then I'm going to curve in and go backwards and curve in and go backwards. And I'm leaving myself room to travel back out just because I like to have as long a line of stitching so I don't have to break my thread quite that often. And just recently on a quilt, I took this idea and I put it in some big hexagons. And the quilt I was working on, the hexagons were, pretty good size, 4 or 5 inches across. And that one just is really wonky, isn't it? Let me eyeball this a little better and give us a prettier, not great, but a better hexagon there. Now, I am going to draw triangles, but I am not, when I quilted this on the long arm, I did not do any markings. If it helps you, you could take a chalk pencil or an erasable marker and, give yourself those guidelines of where your triangles are to make up that hexagon. I was stitching on solid pieces of fabric. Obviously, some hexagon designs already have the triangle piecing in there, so you'd be able to follow those seam lines. But just as I did previously, I'm going to do that kind of spiral design, but I'm going to repeat it around all 6 sections of my hexagon there. And I thought that turned out so cool. It made a really fun looking, almost groovy flower type shape. So you can work your spiral magic in all sorts of different shapes. So that is our free motion quilting design for today, Polygon spirals. I hope you have fun sketching and then stitching. Build up that muscle memory, give some free motion quilting a try. I will be back tomorrow with another fun design for the next day of Sketch-Timber. Have a great day.